get very unhappy, and our enjoyment is destroyed, isn't it? It's destroyed. And we have two choices at this point. Anger is such a rigid mind, we'll see in our own experience, it's such an inflexible mind that we basically have two choices, which is either to find another seat, get away from them as quickly as possible, yeah, try and push them away that way by getting away from them ourselves, or to find a way to get them to move somewhere else, either by glaring at them, or probably we never go as far as picking up the popcorn, throwing it over their head, but certainly we have the fantasy. So anger has left us with just so little choice, hasn't it? It's such a rigid mind, it's such an inflexible mind. We either have to, we just have to somehow push the object away from us one way or another, either by, as I say, moving ourselves, or discrediting the object, disparaging it, harming it in some way, which is the end of the definition, the final development of anger. We exaggerate its bad qualities, wish to harm it. There's no friendship between us and our object of anger, is there? We just want them away. And at its extreme, anger will cause us to do incredibly destructive actions, even killing people. Maybe not the popcorn muncher, but in extreme situations we can see the exaggeration has led us to actually want to do things that are violent, destructive, painful, hurtful to others. So then the question is it worth it? Is it worth getting angry? Buddha talked extensively about the faults of anger, which we need to check in our own experience. He said anger makes us unhappy. It's an unpeaceful mind. We're sitting there, we're seething, trying to watch our movie. We're unhappy, we're not having a good time. Have you ever met a happy, angry person? It makes other people unhappy. Our actions become destructive, negative, hurtful, regrettable. We lose all sense of reason. Anger destroys our positivity in our mind, our merit, our good karma. Anger makes us ugly. Yeah. Makes us ugly because emitting this hostile energy, no one wants to be anywhere near someone who's angry, and creating the cause for future ugliness as well. Many, many faults. But in terms of whether it's worth it or not, even if it had these faults, if it had some good results, then maybe we could put up with the other faults of anger. But the truth is, as Geshe-la says here, because it is based on an exaggeration, anger is an unrealistic mind. The intrinsically faulty person or thing that it focuses on does not, in fact, exist. We've created a monster where there isn't one. That popcorn muncher is not a horrible person from their own side. Maybe if we got into the movie and really started concentrating, we'd forget that they were even there. Start enjoying ourselves. Inappropriate attention has gone. Paying inappropriate attention to their faults. We're no longer paying attention to their faults. We've shifted our attention to the movie. Suddenly we're enjoying ourselves. Maybe next thing we know, we look at them, hey, good movie. Oh, it's you. So the main problem with anger is that it's futile. It's futile. Because when we're angry, we're getting angry in response to feelings of unhappiness. You know? Something's happening that we didn't want to happen. Or something's not happening that we did want to happen. So we're unhappy. And how do we get over those feelings of unhappiness? By getting more unhappy. Anger makes us more unhappy. What kind of solution is that if we're trying to get away from our unhappiness, just making ourselves more unhappy? If we responded with patience, including love, compassion, and so on, then our mind could stay at peace. And instead of getting unhappy in response to feelings of unhappiness, getting more unhappy, we'd actually get happy instead. How much time? How's time? Okay. I could say one more thing if there's time, but otherwise I'll. So, just one more thing to show whether it's worth it or not. With anger, we're trying to, let's say, harm or discredit or get rid of the object that is causing us so much pain. The person, for example, who criticizes us at work. Let's say someone criticizes us at work and we feel so hurt. Oh, so upset. How could they say that? Hurting is so painful. They're so mean. How could they say that? They always come to think of it saying things like that. And we think, well, anyway, I'm going to be going home soon and I can just get away from them. I can't wait to get away from this person. So we leave the office, we get in our car. They come with us. We're still thinking about them. So we get home and we think, oh, I think I'll just get myself something to eat and just forget about this. We can't. They eat dinner with us. I know, I have a hot bath. Oh, they get in the bath with us. And we think, okay, I'm just going to go to bed. Forget this. I'm going to bed. I've had such a horrible day. Terrible, terrible day. I'm just going to bed. And guess what? There they are in bed with us. So rather than getting rid of its object, which is all anger wants to do, we've ended up married to it. So is anger worth it? It never works. So although sometimes it's good to act to protect ourselves and others from suffering, of course, never out of anger. Anger never works. Unrealistic mind, mind of ignorance. Thank you.